Day 74. Time to find some more blue memos. I wonder if each of the different types of classroom has a different memo. I feel like shelter is different from safe house. I mean, they have to be different, right? Choose tomb because I still have not figured out the way to connect to the rest of the basement. I also forgot to check the nook for stuff. Drawing room or the nook. I'll go for the drawing room. Do I dare go through all of the trouble of trying to solve this again? Maybe. When it comes to these sorts of safes, I'm kind of like... I don't know. I've kind of like lost hope that I can solve them with my current knowledge. I would love it if I could just know if it's possible to solve with the information that's been given to me. So I believe it's 6, 7, and 9 that can't be in the safe combinations, if that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 0. What if it's not 7, but instead 8? 8, 4, 8, 0? Might as well try it. Nope. Also, when it was talking about gates, it also had pictures of horses and a new clue. Could it be talking about the horses having 2 gates? I'm not sure how gate measurement works with horses. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back. Sitting in silence, trying to puzzle solve here. So far, not going so great, I'll be honest. Where are we at the story? Well, this room in particular, I'm trying to take a bit closer look at this room because by pulling this candlestick, there is a safe revealed. And as you can tell, the walls of this room are covered in these portraits, right? And if you look closely at the portraits, you can see a distant marker between their feet. Or, as you could call it, the subject's gates. And one of the big clues to this game is that if you look at all the paintings in all the rooms, right, and you can find a one-letter difference. And if you spell that out, it says, if we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. So I've tried counting up all of the small gates shown in the pictures. As far as like, this wall has this lady who has a small gate and this guy who has a small gate, and there are a total of 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This wall has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This wall has 7, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This wall has 0. And I've tried plugging those numbers into the safe here, and nothing's happened. So I'm feeling kind of stuck. 8, 4, 7, 0. And if I like switch the order of the walls, it would be 4807 or 8047. Nope, that's not it either. 8074 or 0748. And none of those work. Maybe I'm approaching this from the wrong angle, though. Maybe I should be counting up the total number of guys with umbrellas and ladies. How many umbrella guys are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then how many different picture/objects are there? I think there are 4 different ones. You have the old man with an umbrella, the younger man walking fast, this lady lifting up her dress, and then the horse. Actually, no, there are 5. There's the horse, which has a very large gate, and then the boy running. That could work too. Sorry, but let me recount these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. As far as ladies go, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 15, 4 or 4, 15 maybe? Oh! Well then. Puzzle solved. I'm kind of surprised that that was the answer, I'll be honest. Because I've been in this room so many times, counting up the number of pictures per wall and putting that in, when I was just supposed to count up the total number of portraits for the old man and the lady. I cannot believe this, but it's open. So let's take a look at this red letter, shall we? Letter number 6. April 15th. Oh, okay. And that's interesting because 15-4 was the code for this safe, right? And April 15, and I guess in other like here that would be 415 in the US, but in other areas of the world that's written as 15-4. So that's I guess how the date plays in. Dearest Mary, I know the events of the past year have catapulted you into a world you may not have been ready for. It's cruel, the way time rips through our lives, leaving them barren and fruitless, like wind-scarred plains. Throughout this all, I know your principal concern has always been Simon. You didn't need to confide in me yesterday for me to realize that fact. Everyone who knows you understands this. I will take full responsibility to ensure that regardless of how your current project pans out, Simon is shielded from any fallout and, God forbid, repercussions. A child should never suffer the iniquity of their parents. I, of course, write you all this in the hope that I can set your mind at peace when imagining the worst-case scenarios, not because I think such an outcome is likely. No, Mary, I have a few apprehensions and fewer fears. Assuming everything goes according to plan, you should be reunited with Simon again before his 10th birthday, and while 2 years might seem like an eternity to a mother, I have always heard the days pass by more quickly in the East. As for me and you, I have already come to terms that our meeting yesterday was very likely our last. I am too old and too stubborn to ever leave this place. I am too attached to the home our family has built up. Room by room, yes, I have a strong premonition. I will be buried in red soil under red flags, a compromise I know you yourself would never accept. It's been a joy watching you grow up and getting to know you. Your mother and I spoke of little else during your school days. I know she'd feel the same bittersweet pride I feel now to see you following in your father's footsteps and making the same sacrifices he did. Farewell, my marigold. May we meet again. Your Uncle Herbert. Oh, interesting. So this is Herbert's letter to Mary Jones, who is Simon's mother. Simon is the character you're playing in the game. Interesting. Pretty cool, pretty cool. One more letter down. I feel like, so I know where a lot of the safes are in this game, and I'm never able to fully like come up with the solutions to the safes, but the ones that I have opened, I'm realizing that I'm just like overthinking them a lot. So I'm not sure if they're all that way and I'm just like overthinking all of them, or if it's like or if it's actually harder than like there are safes of varying difficulties. But you know what? We're continuing on. Let's choose the commissary. I'll grab that. The running shoes and some gems. Ooh, the dining room. That might be nice. Oh yeah, and one other thing that I'll mention for the YouTube video is that when I was looking through the videos and taking a closer look at this in particular, I realized that that is indeed like a pizza serving tray that this angel is holding in the tomb. Pretty interesting, and in the chapel for that matter. But I'm not sure from this if it's supposed to be angled upwards or downwards in the tomb. Kind of looks like downwards, but I'm not sure if that is a solid clue or not. Trophy room. Let's take a look at the chapel here. You know, it's also possible that you're supposed to just, like, activate them in order? Because they do have an order to them. So it is Ho, Feather Duster. Wait, no, sorry, that's not 2. What's 2? The pizza. Ho, pizza tray, pitchfork. Let me write this stuff down. 4 is the feather duster. 5 is the broom. 6 is the... I don't even know what that is. I'll be honest. I think it's like a fire poker or something. And then 7 is the one with the mace. All right. Continuing on. Page 3, word 1. 1, 2, 3, word 1. Would be this or preface. And I just don't think that's correct. Maybe it is correct, though. Unsure. The foyer? Sure. Okay, yes. So I did do a few things for my mic. I found that in OBS you can amplify the total stream volume. And then I also checked my virtual mixer and realized that my microphone setting was for some reason turned down to 30%. So you were only hearing my microphone at 30% of volume before. I don't know how I got like that, but I turned it to like 60%. So hopefully it sounds a little bit more loud and clear. It's so funny because I, for the longest time, was randomly struggling with my microphone. Well, not only my microphone, but I would realize when I listened to my own stream, it sounded super duper quiet for no reason. And I was really confused about that. So I appreciate you mentioning it so that I can actually, so that I actually looked more into it. Let's see. All right. Let's get to that 8th rank. Can't take the secret passage though, because I can't choose a blue room from the secret passage. I'll redraw. Music room. Yeah. I'm glad to. Okay. Boiler room. So I like from my profile picture on YouTube, I used to play a lot of Minecraft PvP. So that's what I originally created the streaming account for, was to stream my games of classic duels on Hypixel. And I still do that every now and then, but a lot less so now. And then I had a period where I wasn't streaming for a long time, and during that game I got really into Deadlock. So I've been playing that a bit, and then of course when this game came out, I'm like, I really love this game. I'm going to stream it and post YouTube videos about it. And that's where I'm at now. Granted, this isn't like a live service game or anything, so eventually I will run out of like secrets to uncover. When that happens, maybe I'll play Deadlock, stream Deadlock. Maybe I'll play more Minecraft. Maybe I'll play some White Knuckle. I did a stream playing White Knuckle a few days ago, which is like a imagine a horror game based around climbing. It was pretty fun. Okay, let's see what I can get here. Oof, that's not great, but it's not terrible either. Surely you've heard of Minecraft. I just finished a run of Papers, Please last night. That's a game that I haven't played, but I probably would find interesting. I do like that. I think that would be a fun style of game to play. I have read the blue memo in the office. The reason why I'm trying to draft blue rooms on this 8th rank is because I got an upgrade recently that allows secret clues to spawn in the blue rooms on this rank. So I think that I'll choose the reading nook. That's the only new one. It is currently 2:24 a.m. Quite late or early, depending on how you look at it. I honestly should be sleeping, but you know. Blue memo, where are you? Aha. The rook can perform a special move with another piece. Ah, I have read that one before. Literally 3:35 p.m. Oh my goodness. Yep. Let's see. Is that like in Australia somewhere? No, I don't think that's exactly right. My time zone knowledge is not up to snuff. Can I use the secret garden key? No, I can't. I think I go back to the secret garden, or not the secret garden, but the cloister, and go to the left here. Malaysia. Oh, cool. Ooh, the study. I bet the study has a good secret memo. And this is another room with a safe, so I can try to figure stuff out here. It is interesting, like, from a streaming perspective, that I end up streaming so late, because I wonder how many, like, English speakers are, like, awake at this time. I'm not sure what time it is in, like, I know that Australia probably has people up and about. I'm not sure about the UK, but it is pretty funny. I think it's like morning in the UK right now. Okay, so let's take a look for this hidden glue memo. Another interesting thing is that in the mailroom, when I was looking through the memos that the scientists sent in for me to read, it did say something about one of the safe codes. There was a green memo saying that the safe code was D8, which is exactly where this queen is. So I wonder if this is referring to December 8th, which would be, I guess, if it's month. No, the other one was 4/15. So it was wait, no, it was 15/4. So it was a day, month. So this would be 8/12 maybe for the safe code. Let's see if that's right. Oh my gosh, it is. Okay. Wow. Look, that's kind of crazy that I'm getting all these safe codes because I've been stuck at 2 red letters for so long. I think seeing that little date in the top right of the letter we just found just kind of like helped that click in my head. Okay, red letter number 2. December 8th. M. Be prepared for plans to be set in motion in a month or two. It's all lining up, and all of our hard work is about to come to fruition. I've just learned that several members of the museum's guard are sympathetic to our cause. We suspect 2 more to be pure opportunists whose loyalty extends only to their coin purse. Your uncle has already agreed to let us use Mount Holly's flexible floor plan for a trial run, assuming the red prints we have secured of the museum's closed exhibit is in fact accurate and up to date. Ooh, so that is one of the floor plans I haven't found yet. Apparently we could find the closed exhibit. We should begin these trials without delay. Once you arrive, if you can, within the next 2 months, fabricate some fiction that might alleviate us of the presence of the servant staff. Until we meet on the shore of White Sands, Caleb. I believe that's Caleb Manning. Which is interesting. I wonder if that's the last admin code. MANNC, maybe? Oh, and we got the closed exhibit. The closed exhibit. The doors in this room are security locked. I would like to add that to my drafting pool. Yes, please. And there's the red crown. Ooh, this is awesome. Okay. Exciting. All right, good luck. All right. Well, that was very worth it. Did I find the blue memo in here? I'm sure I did. I just can't remember what it said. Wait, where was that? Or maybe I didn't find it. Maybe I got too fixated on the safe. By the way, I host a very small gaming podcast on YouTube as well. Ooh, cool. I'll need to actually let me I'm currently viewing chat in OBS, but I'll look up your channel as soon as the stream's over. I just realized it's your first name being Kelvin on YouTube. I'm not sure if that's your real first name or not, but it's really funny because in Deadlock, the main character that I play is named Kelvin as well. It's a hobby level podcast that me and a friend do for fun. Ooh, what games do you usually talk about? Is it you mentioned Papers, Please. Do you talk about that, or do you just talk about whatever games you play? Let's see. Gotcha, gotcha. Epic Arcade Podcast. All right, I'll look it up. I'll give you a subscribe. I'd look really silly if I actually already found the memo in this room. Surely I haven't. My taste in games varies depending on my mood. That's very fair. Ah, here's the memo. The chessboard in this room contains a portmanteau. Huh. I'm not familiar with that word enough to know what it means off the top of my head. A large trunk or suitcase, typically made of stiff leather and opening into 2 equal parts. Really? So can I bash open this chess piece? Wait, is that... Or maybe there's another definition. A word blending the sound, combining the meaning of 2 others. For example, motel from motor and hotel, or brunch from breakfast and lunch. So maybe the portmanteau is I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Portmanteau was just the fact that it is on D8 and is referring to the safe code December 8th. I'm guessing that's what it is. Both friends at Helldivers, Space Marines too. Ooh, oh, usually a lot of indie games like Agents of the Storm, Balatro, Cult of the Lamb. I see, yeah. Believe it or not, I haven't played... Actually, I've heard a lot of those games, but I haven't played any of them, so I would definitely be interested to give it a listen. Locked? Let's go to the library. A chance to order a new clue again, why not? I can't do this, can I? Let's redraw here. Gallery. Sure. Key 8. The last episode on the podcast, we talked about Expedition 33. Today we recorded 2 episodes. One, Sony's State of Play and upcoming games of 2025. Ooh. I wonder if there's a Silk Song mention I know that that game's been getting a lot of hype recently. Although I'm not sure if it's releasing in 2025. Oh, I'm out of keys. That would do it. All right, let's run back to the start. You know, Hollow Knight might be another good game to record because I haven't played it. I've watched Fireborn play quite a bit of it, but I've never had the real, authentic playthrough experience. Conference room, sure. But before I go there, let's go back to the very beginning. Conservatory, all right. What days do you usually stream and what time do you stream? Really, I hate to say this, but it's been kind of varied. I usually start my stream around 11 or 12, or 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. CST, but it's, the days and the starting times kind of vary. Ooh, okay. You can actually set this to be more common. I think I'll set this to be, oh man. It is a kind of red room with 2 security doors, so I'm a little bit nervous about putting it at too easy of a rarity, but I'll put it at standard for now. Library, I like the library. I'll put it at standard. There's no drafting cost to the library. I'll put it at commonplace. Ideally, I would like to start streaming earlier, though, just because I feel like that would help more people see the stream. Ideally, I'd just run like maybe 8 CST. But we're not doing that right now. To the boudoir. Passageway. Back to the lab again. Each time you eat an apple, add a small chest to the entrance hall. What's the end game like for this game? Well, believe it or not, this is kind of the end game for this game. Because your original objective is to reach the hidden 46th room of the house, which I've already done. So now it's more about like collecting the 8 letters so you get more lore, and then collecting like trophies, which are basically Steam achievements that you also get in game. Right now I have 4 of the 8 letters. And I think I have 8 trophies too out of 16. So I'm kind of halfway through the end game. But like, as you can see, I'm 74 days in, and I just unlocked letters 3 and 4. So it's kind of crazy how much this game has in it. All right. Pool hall. Do I have a key card? I do not. But hopefully one's here. 1 times 5 is 5. Minus 1 is 4. Squared is 16. Divided by 16 is 1. Negative 10. Plus 5 squared is 25. Minus 10 is 15. 12 reversed, rounded to the nearest tens place, is 20. Plus 5, rounded to the nearest, plus 5 is 25. Flip to 52, rounded to 50, divided by 10 is 5. All right. Observatory. Guess I could do workshop. It isn't the worst thing in the world. Could make the burning lens. Not sure if I want to do that right now, though. I'll continue on. Mount Holly gift shop is pretty good here. A redraw. Security, sure. All right. Attic or mailroom? Well, I guess mailroom doesn't do anything. So attic it is. Lots of keys. Lots of gems. Very nice. So I'm pretty sure this was supposed to like represent an O, even though it's just like kind of scribbled over. Actually, if you look at it, you can see an O and then a bunch of smaller lines kind of making it look like just a circle. I'll be honest, I will be kind of disappointed if that whole thing was just to give us the Swan Song code. Thank you, I really appreciate that. I have been told that before, but it's always good hearing it. At least when I'm not playing something like a Deadlock where I get super, let's just say, excited. Den. Although it would be really funny to play a super competitive game like Deadlock and just try to act super calmly and laid back. I think that would be an interesting challenge. Maybe I'll try to do that. Let's go to the classroom. Come on, take me to the right. And the foyer is also pretty good. I'll try to get a better room. utility closet is also something I need. Yeah, let's take the pool. Okay, I want a blue room here. The locker room. Or the sauna. Let's take the locker room. Blue memo. Oh, where are you? I'm gonna get to the point where I accidentally choose blue rooms that I've already drafted on rank 8 over and over again, and it's gonna be very disappointing. It would be kind of evil if it's actually in one of these lockers. Hmm. Hmm. I didn't realize that this room, like, accepts power. Wonder if it just, like, conducts power or if the power actually does something. Interesting. Well, I have a sneaking suspicion that the blue memo might be inside one of the locked lockers. I think I'll use a key here. Oh, wait, that's not the right locker. Oops. Well, I'll come back to this place. All of the keys should be in the conference room, so it's not the end of the world. Let's be able to go to the right here if possible. Actually, I was kind of hoping it was locked so that I could use my secret garden key. Ballroom. Have I been to the ballroom? On the 8th rank. I think I have. I think that's the one where that said the eclipse is only happens facing north. Let's go to the utility closet. Are you on streamer mode or does this game have BGM? What is BGM? I'm not sure. Big gamer mode. Background music. It does have background music. Normally, oh wait, are you able to hear the background music? It might be too quiet. Let me try to adjust that. Okay. Yeah. I really like the background music of this game. It's kind of subtle, but usually when I play games, I like to listen to my own music over them. But for this game in particular, when I tried doing that, I was like, wow, that takes away a lot from the game. So I've just had the background music playing the entire time I've been playing it. Corridor. What do I want to do here? I guess corridor, since it's not a dead end. Sure. Ladyship's chamber. More vases that can't be broken. Oh. Oh. How that picture of the antechamber haunts me. I must get the blessing of the monk. I wonder if this is the 100-star constellation. It could be, but I don't know. Okay. Well, I can go up from the locker room now. Hallway, I suppose. Planetarium. We'll go hallway. So that I get the last room to the left here. Okay, well, here's another one, right? This is another room with a safe in it. And you see the whole deal with this safe is there's this paper in here that says, Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Counts, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. I had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last title is intended to be Hearings or Herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. And there are little statues placed around of different queens, barons, queens, barons, and counts. So this is Count Isaac Gates. Pretty sure this is a queen. I can't remember her name, but a Narajan queen. Baron Herbert Sinclair. Count Isaac Gates again. And this is Baron Thomas Sinclair. And another baron. 8 dates. Open 8, crack 8 safes. If you count small gates. So it needs to be either probably a year or a month and a day. And this says March of the Counts, right? So it could be talking about March as in the month, which is 3. And then the number of gates, right? There are 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 small gates and 1 large gate. So I've tried 3, 4, and 4, 3 last time, but I wonder if it's just 3, 3. No. And I don't know why these are all pinned in red, except for March of the Counts. The only other thing I can think of is it being 3, 4, 4, 3, which I think I've already tried. Nope. Yes, I am from the USA. The land of the sleepy right now. Yep, well. For me, it's just 3 a.m., but I don't think that makes it any better, I'll be honest. Still in that should be in bed time. But you know, I've only got 24 steps remaining. By the way, if you're interested in Deadlock, it's like a free early access thing right now, even though like a lot of people play it, but it's currently invite only. But it's really easy to get an invite. So if you're interested in like trying it, it's like a MOBA shooter game. I can try to invite you if you want. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was really onto something with counting up the small Isaac gates and using that as the code. There's that Major again. Small name. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of that recently. I'm really bad at it, but it's so much fun. I tried playing League for a while with friends, and League always felt so miserable for me. Granted, I think that's because the people I were playing with were like diamond and gold level, and I was literally just started the game trying to survive, so it was kind of miserable. But for some reason, Deadlock just clicked more for me than something like League. Granted, not playing League isn't exactly something I'm terribly disappointed about myself. So, I did have a lot of fun playing Teamfight Tactics, though. Alright, wow. Is there anything else to do? I think I'm going to stew on this one some more. I'm pretty satisfied with the 2 letters I got. And I will be thinking about this and come back to it next time. Kind of just sit in this room and think for like an hour. But I'm not really wanting to sit in this room and think for an hour at 3 a.m. Are you playing on Deadlock on stream? I am not. But I might try to give it a shot at some point. Let's go to the den and try to go left and get that special room. The red room that we just got. Why can't I? The museum. I can't even remember the name of the room. The Royal Museum room. The closed exhibit. Here it is. Would you look at that? The doors in this room are security locked. Ho 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 ho. Oh my, okay. Well, here are the security guards. And a letter. Dearest children, the pieces are in place, and all ridge cogs have been greased. However, if our ambitious plans are to succeed, we must strike this Tuesday. The routine changing of guard personnel on the first of each month means the opportunity we have created for ourselves will likely never be so opportune. If we wait even one additional week, the window will be closed. On Tuesday, there will be 3 royal guards stationed at Learson Hall, 2 of which will be wearing black gloves in lieu of the traditional white. We would be wise to sacrifice almost everything to avoid the white-gloved guard striking only when he takes a recess. The 2 black-gloved guards have been instructed to bind, blind, and gag themselves to spare us the precious extra minutes it would take your group to execute that task on their behalf. However, that also means that once we reach the exhibit, we will likely truly be on our own. May the black shores guide us. May the black skies shield us. May our fathers be proud of us. In arms, your faithful soldier, Pharaoh. I haven't seen that name yet. Faro. I'll need to keep that in mind. So this is interesting. This is like a fake crown. That is the same one that we see in the Red Prince book that we wear in the illustration. There's got to be a way to get up on that podium. I wonder if you need something to burn, like the burning lens, which we can craft. Actually, that's pretty close to here. But before we do that, let's take a look in this room here. I guess we do have this room to explore too. We have the foyer, so we could do the Great Hall. That would give us access to the antechamber. Let's do that. I don't think I've eaten the food in the dining room yet, so that should give me some extra steps. That was this room, which was good. This door. Okay. So what I want to do is navigate back to the workshop, craft the burning lens, then go to the dining room and get the food. A rather crude burning glass. The first thing I'm curious about is, can I burn this paper? No. I feel like I've tried doing that before, but might as well. Because I'm just so curious now that I see that arrow up there. What could it mean? It's actually really interesting. Maybe I need the power hammer for it, which I would just need a battery for. Anyways, to the dining room and to the conference room. We don't have the trophy room, so we won't get 30, but we will get 20 steps. Not bad. Oh, wait. We do have the trophy room. What am I saying? Okay, do I want to open this room or not? What would be the point? I feel like there was a room that I wanted to open. I can't remember what that was, though. Oh, there's so many things I want to do. Because I want to go outside and go down and open up the 46th room so that I can get the real crown and see if that has any effect in the closed exhibit. And I want to mess around with the tomb to see if I can get the angel statue puzzle correct. First things first, I think I will go ahead and open up the 46th room. And that gave me 40 steps as well. Or 10 steps, I should say. Very nice. Oh, and the other thing I want to do is open up all the lockers in the pool house again. The locker room. So many things to do, so little steps. I can also redirect power from the boiler room to the red door again, since I have that drafted. But I guess I'll only do that if I have spare steps afterwards. It could also be the fact that something special happens when you use the crown to re-roll the closed exhibit. Oh yeah, so this is down below the house. Not sure if you've seen down here yet, but yeah, it's a pretty big place. Pretty big place. It's kind of crazy because I did play the demo for quite a while, and you can't access any of that stuff in the demo. So imagine my surprise when I start playing the real game and like, maybe by day 15 or something, I get into that area and it's kind of just mind-blowing, the scale of everything. What's the lore for this game while you're here? That's a good question. So the premise that you're thrown into in the game is that your great uncle, who was a baron in this empire called Fen Ares, right, has passed away and is leaving you his inheritance, as with the stipulation that you need to find the hidden 46th room in his 45-room estate, which is this house we're in. And as you play the game, you collect little bits of lore, and the basics of the lore is that your mother at some point mysteriously vanished when you were a kid, and you don't know what happened to her. But you start to get the idea that there was something behind that disappearance. And that's like what the letters pertain to, and some of the hidden readings and lore around the house. All right, time to get to the antechamber. How would it be best to do that? Guess, up this way probably? Yeah. Don't really need gems. Now that I think about it, I'll be going through the boiler room anyways, I believe. Yeah, so I might as well redirect power to the red door. But honestly, if you're at all curious to play the game, I would definitely recommend it. It's one of those games, or I guess not one of those games, but a game where you often get confused as to what you're supposed to do to make progress. But what I've found is that you learn what to do by playing the game and just trying weird random things. It's really curious. Like, I got in here today expecting to find some clue regarding security and to find the blue memos. I was not expecting to get 2 red letters this play session. Or find that higher level password to the Black Bridge Grotto that I got before you showed up. So it's been kind of a wild ride tonight. Let's get the crown. Don't tell me that that doesn't look like the number 43. I'm just saying. I feel like 43 has got to be something. Huh. I actually wonder if you can place the cursed idol on this pedestal. Is that what you're supposed to do with the cursed idol? That seems kind of random, but it is a possibility. Anyways, I don't think we can go right. No, we can't, so we need to loop around. This will take a lot of steps. So the crown is an item that you get for entering the last room, and its ability is the first time you draw a red room while drafting, you may remove it from today's draft pool. If you do, you gain 1 gem and redraw floor plans. But it's more important lore-wise because this is basically the crown that your mother stole, or Simon's mother stole, by pulling off this giant heist. I'm getting down the lore rabbit hole here, but like I have certain theories myself, but the backstory of the Fenaries country is that it was previously a country named Oris, and then through political conflicts, Fenaries took over and kind of made it into this militaristic city, drove out the nobles of Oris into the southern country of Raja. And I have a theory that Simon's mother, Mary Jones, is actually somehow related to the nobles of Oris, and so as a political stunt, she decided to steal the crown that held cultural significance to Fenaries and change it from red to blue. So change it away from the Fenaries color of red to a blue color. And I'm not actually sure what blue represents, because Oris's country was more of it had black flags and stuff. So there's a little bit of mystery still left in that. Yes, exactly. You do get randomly generated rooms each time you look through. What am I saying? You get randomly generated rooms each time you open a door, but the final room is always the same if you can get there. I'll take the parlor. Specifically because I want this wind-up key. I won't use it on those boxes. Okay, what is the best way to get back? Probably through there. Let's hope I have enough steps. Okay, I want to go up from here. And then to the left with the crown and the burning lens. Let's see if anything happens. Can I burn through the ropes? Can I burn the security guards? No. I need a pair of scissors. Well, let's go ahead and try to do this puzzle box. Ooh, okay. Oh. Oh, okay, I see, I see. So this is the Fen Aries box, so I need to turn them all red, not black. But I think it's along the same lines. So it should be fairly easy to do. An allowance token, +2 gold. Very nice. Man, I feel like there has to be more to this room than just seeing this paper crown up there. I feel like that's an item that you can get. Does it look like there's any spot? Oh, what is this? Oh, this is just the normal paintings. What does the closed exhibit say? A painstakingly produced accurate replication of the so-called closed exhibits of the Fen Aries Royal Museum. Well, that's nice and all, but I don't know how to get up there. Alright, well, the last thing I want to do is see if I can use this wind-up key in the workshop room. I highly doubt it, but it would be pretty funny if it's possible. Nope, I can't. Well, the mystery of that arrow up there will continue for today, I suppose. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Let's go to the tomb. I think we have the steps. So what I think I'm going to do is put all the angels with their instruments facing downwards, and then put them up in order of their numbers in the chapel. I might have tried this the first time I came down here, but I honestly can't remember if I did. Okay, they're all pointed downwards. So it starts with the hoe, so let's point that upwards. Then it's the pizza, I'm not sure what to call it. The pizza tray, I think I'll just call it that. Where's the pizza tray? That's 2. 3 is the pitchfork. 4 is the feather duster. Which is this, I think? Yes. 5 is the broom. 6 is the fire poker, or whatever this thing is. And then 7 is the mace. Did that do anything? This is still looking suspicious. Okay. So it looks like the order you press them in doesn't really matter. So it is just a finding out which are pointed upwards and which are pointed downwards. So it seems like the pizza stone was pointed downwards. But I could be wrong. And the hoe is pointed downwards. This might be one of the puzzles that I might just need to look up. I'm not sure about the broom. Pretty sure the feather duster is pointed upwards. Alas. I think that I'll leave this a mystery for next time. Oh, believe it or not, I don't have much on my Steam wish list right now. I actually don't buy games unless I know that I'm gonna like spend a lot of time on them, to be honest. But I'll need to look at some of the games. What's on yours? $119? Oh my gosh. You're really going crazy out there with the games. Oh, I see. Cool. Yeah. I've been, I'm not sure, like, there are very few I can't say that, I suppose, but I do enjoy indie games quite a bit. I guess I'm not sure if Blueprints qualifies as an indie game. I don't think it does because it is made with a studio, but it seemed like it was a studio that I hadn't heard much about. I think it's a smaller one. Yeah, I'm sure that some of my friends play Helldivers. I'll just need to ask her them. Okay. Let's mess around with this, shall we? Okay. I will definitely keep that in mind. Ooh, I will. Papers, Please does sound fun. What could this even be? Could this be... I wonder if it's May. Oh, it could be May 8th. Oh my gosh, it was. I think just beforehand... Oh my gosh, that lock just flew into the abyss. I think beforehand I really wasn't taking the date part of the hint seriously. The 8 dates crack 8 safes. I was focused more on the gates part. And I think that was really messing up my chances of getting these correct. Well, let's go ahead and enter this ominous room here. Oh my goodness. Right. Letter 1. May 8th. Dear Baron Sinclair, to begin with, my name is Worth Loud. My father used to work for your father, the Right Honorable Baron Thomas Sinclair, between the years of 1915 and 1918. The former having died last month at the advanced old age of 89. May he sleep in soot and ash. He left behind his widow, 7 children, and 30-odd grandchildren. I write to you today, however, not to inform you of these family affairs of little consequence, but to tell you a little bit about my father. He lived his life towering above us in solemn silence, like many members of his and your father's generation. He has never spoke of the work he did in the mountains of Reddington, or the famous estate in which he was stationed. He never spoke of the Baron, not once. I tell you this only to relate that he never betrayed the confidence your father placed in him, the secrets he kept for your family. He took with him underground. His elderly comrades and colleagues from his old mining shaft proved, however, to not nearly be as discreet and considered with their words. During the wake, fueled by a seemingly endless supply of spirits, these venerable gentlemen embarked on a journey down memory lane, recounting as much of the good old days as they could dredge up. While such reminiscences might typically be dismissed as the fanciful ramblings of age, the volume and specificity of their accounts led a certain credence to their words. Now, I am not as a presumptive man. I don't presume these stories to be true. I don't presume your house is host to secrets of this magnitude. Yet I find myself irresistibly drawn to the idea of sharing these tales, true or not. They seem, after all, stories worthy of being heard. I wonder if my current abundance of idle time fuels this urge. Perhaps I have too much time on my hands. Perhaps if one were to engage with me in some worthwhile and profitable enterprise, my eagerness to pass the time by telling stories would be curbed. I eagerly await a response from your lordship. Mr. Worth Loud. Loud. Loud W. I feel like, shoot, I was just reading about Loud. Wait, oh, duh, right here. I was like, I swear I read that name just a little bit ago, but it's on this paper. So this is kind of, I guess him wanting to blackmail Simon's grandfather, about, wanting some money to keep his mouth quiet about all the stuff that's underneath the house, as far as the area we're in right now. Anyways, we're not blind to the irony of blackmailing you for a blackmail letter, and we're not proud to join the endless procession of those who have knocked on your mailbox looking for a handout, particularly so when our methods lack the refined sophistication and class that this author so effortlessly wields. Okay, so this is written by somebody else, basically, who found this letter and is using this blackmail letter to further blackmail the Baron Sinclair, which is pretty funny. Huh. This must be the gardener who got fired, maybe. That's a possibility. Scripson Rudford Mining Company, Excavation Departments, Foreman's Log 102, date 1/13/1916. I knew what we were looking at as soon as we uncovered the first spire, but it wasn't until the first floor plan was unearthed that most of the crew realized what ruins we were exhuming. The border was the same pitch as the sunless cavern we found it in, a dark-trimmed floor plan of ill-fated Orindia. We'd found an authentic black prince. The sooner we seal the site back up, the better for us all. Treasure Trove. +5 gold for each time you have drafted Treasure Trove. You have found a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add Treasure Trove to your drafting pool? I think so. Alright. Well, this was like probably the most successful Blueprints day I've had, period. Getting 3 red letters is absolutely nuts. I think it really, like, given that I got them all basically on one day, it may kind of seem like I looked up how to get all the combos I needed, but it legitimately was finding the drawing room password by pure luck, deciding to add up the old men separately from the ladies, and then realizing how important correlating a date to the code of the safes were. Without that, I probably wouldn't have been able to guess the other 2 codes, being December 8th and then May 8th. What are the letters for? So I really don't know. They're letters depicting communications that have either gone between our missing mother and other people, or more so the Baron and other people. They're kind of like more lore, but a lore that has an objective behind it. I feel like something might happen when you collect all 8 letters. Earlier on in the game, there was a vision that you got from a fortune teller that said you would only find 7 of the 8 letters. So I'm really curious if you can find all 8 letters. I think there's an achievement for getting all 8 letters, so there, I feel like you must be able to, but I'm really unsure. But given that it is 3:38 a.m., I'm definitely gonna call the night here. Luckily, we have plans for next time, so the reason why streams haven't been too frequent is because I felt kind of lost and without a plan. But now I have the obvious plan of exploring what exactly a treasure trove is. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. And I think I'll hang it up here and see you next time. Bye.